Welcome, young Padawans and Jedis of all ages. This is an excellent week to be a Star Wars fan because of May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th. This is an excellent time to be a Star Wars fan with all the movies and the shows and the spinoffs being announced. There is no greater time to be a Star Wars fan than right now, at the very moment. But it also leads to an interesting, if not controversial, question. Is there such a thing as too much Star Wars? Now, what I mean by this is there going to be a point where there's so much Star Wars that we the people are probably just get bored of it or just don't want as much Star Wars? Well, that depends on who you ask. And in my opinion, I think it depends on how it's done. Now, for instance, if you were to do a spin-off on Obi-Wan Kenobi and to follow his adventures between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, then I think that is an excellent idea to do because it extends the character's history, his background, what we may know about, we may learn more stuff about Obi-Wan. Really kind of depends on that kind of stuff, if it connects with the Skywalker saga, then people are most likely going to want to be interested. Now, with The Mandalorian, that also worked as well, with its kind of like Midwestern style film, kind of like a Clint Eastwood movie. It doesn't rely too much on the Skywalker trilogy to try to back it up. Now, it has few nods and few ties here and there, especially if you've seen especially saw the season finale of season 2. Wink, wink. But anyways, stuff like that are what people are into. There's so much Star Wars, so much merchandise, so much, stuff to get from Star Wars. I have my Star Wars blanket, I have my Baby Yoda pillow. There's just so much of Star Wars. It's, ever since Disney bought the rights of Star Wars, the whole horizon expanded of the Star Wars universe. Like, now you have the next generation of the Jedis and the Sith. Although, depending on how you ask, that may or may not have been a disaster. It also leads us into more background character development, as I mentioned, with Obi-Wan Kenobi. There comes a point where, is there going to be too much Star Wars for us? Are there going to be so many spin-offs and solos of these characters and events that we're eventually going to get bored of? And you may ask yourself, do we really need this much background, this much added material? Like with the new trilogy. Was the new trilogy really necessary? Like, couldn't the Skywalker saga just ended after episode 6? And that's questions like that, bring up the idea of, should there be more Star Wars? Now, a big factor into why there would be more Star Wars is definitely corporations and selling products and all that stuff. It's all about the money with Disney and Kathleen Kennedy. A lot of stuff focuses on the merchandise and the products. You gotta, buy Disney Plus to see The Mandalorian. You gotta, buy this, you gotta stream this, you gotta stream that, you gotta binge this. There's so much people can handle, so much people can watch at the same time, There's only so much Star Wars people could take, which, again, is kind of a controversial opinion, but that's not for me to decide. It's about, how this phenomena of a trilogy, which has been around for over 40 years, has changed the way we have looked at pop culture forever. The references that we see in, pop culture and media and such, there was never going to be another film or trilogy like Star Wars. There isn't. It's literally a one-of-a-kind film, a one-of-a-kind trilogy, that nothing's going to top it. But, as I mentioned, the idea of leaving Star Wars alone, should have George Lucas really sold the rights of Star Wars to Disney, knowing now of what Star Wars is? Well, you got your pros and cons to it. As I mentioned, depending on who you ask, you got the next generation of Jedi and Sith, but you also got spin-off series that goes deeper into the Star Wars lore. You got the Mandalorian, we're gonna get Kenobi. There's just a lot. It's a lot to take in, a lot to watch. So, overall, I guess at the end of the day, it really depends on how you, the viewer, see it. Should there be more Star Wars spin-offs and movies? I mean, I don't think for a fact that Star Wars is going to go away anytime soon, Especially with Disney, they're going to try to milk more Star Wars products and merchandise. Because again, it's about the product and, and consumerism. But that's not the main point. The main point is two people with lightsabers battling it out. That's what people want to see. People are going to get that regardless, no matter what. It's all about the fun. So, yeah. Anyways, may the Force be with you all.